In the 1970s, the Philippines dared to dream big. In the heart of Manila, a bold idea took shape, not just in concrete and steel, but in vision. This is the story of how one building came to embody the hopes of a nation, and how nearly 50 years later, it stands renewed for a new generation.
In the 1970s, the Philippines dreamed big. President Ferdinand Marcos and First Lady Imelda Marcos sought to place the nation on the world stage through culture, architecture, and global dialogue. At the center of that vision stood the Philippine International Convention Center. Designed by national artist for architecture Leandro Locsin, it was more than a building. It was the symbol of a nation's ambition. Commissioned by Imelda Marcos in 1974, the PICC was built with remarkable speed and precision, completed in just 23 months. It was the most modern convention center in Asia at the time, a milestone that declared to the world, the Philippines is ready to lead. Imelda Marcos understood that architecture could inspire pride. She trusted Leandro Locsin to give form to that vision, and he delivered a masterpiece. Leandro Locsin was the perfect choice. His architecture spoke in the bold language of brutalism. Massive, geometric concrete volumes that, despite its weight, has a levitating quality. Spaces bounded not by walls, but by other spaces. And eventually, nature itself is a design quality that he continues from traditional Philippine homes. So is his dramatic use of light and shadow.
It was a product of its time, and we're sort of glad that somehow that, you know, here we are 50 years later, and somehow the relevance of the building continues, right? It continues to be valued by the people who use it and who continue to see it.
The PICC was Locsin's triumph. Concrete made poetic, modernism given a Filipino soul. When it opened, the PICC immediately became host to the world. It hosted the International Monetary Fund and World Bank meetings, welcoming thousands of leaders, thinkers, and diplomats. For the first time, the Philippines had a venue worthy of the world's attention. From that moment, the PICC was more than architecture. It was a symbol of progress, prestige, and possibility.
Beyond the conventions that have taken place and everything else, it has kind of a certain mojo. In the other cultures, there's a certain spirit to it, and that's almost something kind of irreplaceable, right? It becomes a marker in memory.
Nearly 50 years later, the PICC remains a landmark of Filipino modernism. But time wears even the strongest foundations. Now, under the leadership of President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., the PICC is being restored, a renewal of vision, a continuation of legacy.
We were required to finish in 6 months. That by itself is already challenging enough. From its red Nara wooden panels, to its beautiful marble floors, to its grand chandeliers, its local furniture, and of course the raw exposed concrete all over the place.
This restoration is more than maintenance. It is respect for history, for Locsin's genius, and for the bold vision that first gave rise to the PICC. It is about keeping the building alive for new generations, ready once again to welcome the world. To restore the PICC is to honor both Locsin's artistry and the foresight of the Marcoses. This building is a living monument, and its future is as bright as its past.
There are things that are important to preserve. Preserving the good stuff reminds us actually of how far we've fallen and how far we have to go to get the mojo back.
The Philippine International Convention Center was born from vision, the vision of leaders who believed architecture could inspire a nation. It was brought to life by Leandro Locsin, who gave concrete a soul, And today, it stands renewed, proof that bold dreams endure. The PICC is more than concrete, steel, and glass. It is a monument to ambition, a beacon of Filipino pride, and a legacy that continues to shape our future.